guys, Dawson and Shah here once again for another LSU video. It is Bama week and I barely did any content. I'm sorry about that, right? When you have to, take yourself off schedule, right, with also making 49ers content is a mess of trying to keep your schedule going but hey, we're back. We got a preview going on here for the LSU Tigers in Alabama, right? And before we actually get into, what offensively and defensively LSU has to do, I just want to talk a bit about how surprising to me that LSU is actually in this position as the number 10 ranked team in the playoff rankings, right? And they have a chance to both, up the rank and actually get to SEC championship in year one of Brian Kelly, a year in which he had to rebuild a program that had like 38 scholarship players. Our wide receiver was playing quarterback in their bowl game last year. And now LSU has a chance to control their own destiny as Alabama comes to town and a Saturday night in Death Valley. Can't get any better than that. So good on you, Brian Kelly, for basically building a team with a box of scraps and getting your team in a well-coached and consistent manner to be in this position right now in your first year in the SEC. But anyway, besides for that, right, let's actually talk about it, right? So I think a lot of us, LSU fans aren't, confident in this game, right? There is some confidence, because you think, hey, the coaching staffs are similar, right? And I'm a big fan of this, right? Location, roster, coaching, right? If you think the coaching is even, right? I'm not talking about, accomplishments because, Nick Saban is, the most accomplished, coach, right, in college football history. But, just as this, the level of coaching, right, is probably similar in a lot of ways here. And then, you got the venue, Death Valley, right? This is a place that gets loud when LSU is good. And they're good right now. They're trying to fight for the SEC. So I expect a good performance out of these guys. And especially with the rain, right? But then it's roster, right? And let's actually get for it, right? There's, you got to take your picks here with this, the difference, right? Let's talk offense, right? Now, this is probably the weakest time I can say that Alabama has their DBs currently, right? And the strength of LSU is their wide receiver. So, if Jane Daniels is still that consistent 5 to 6 touchdowns a game type guy, or even less, right? If somehow, you got a opportunity for this to be a close game and Jane Daniels plays, just let's say 4 touchdowns, right? Let's see. That should be able to win. 3 maybe, and a few field goals. May also be enough to win. Who knows, right? I just know this, right? If Jaden Daniels still trusts his wide receivers, he still trusts Keishon Butte, Jenkins, the entire room, right? He lets it fly, all that type of stuff. I do expect a good game offensively for the 49ers just because of how Alabama's, cornerback room is, right? Does it mean that, I'm not scared of the Alabama defense still? Will Anderson is Will Anderson, all right, guys, But it's just going to be interesting, right? If Jane Daniels has the time to actually go and do what he's been doing the past few weeks, then I think LSU has a good chance offensively to keep this a close game. But that all depends on the defense, right? This defense under Matt House is very much a counter defense, right? They see what you're doing in the first few drives and then boom, they stop it, right? I think you can't do. I think you may be able to do that for one drive, right? But after that, make the adjustments. Going to halftime, make more adjustments, and just hope you can keep it as close as possible because you have to defend against Bryce Young, probably the best quarterback Nick Saban has ever had in Alabama, right? Heisman winner. He's trying to make sure that he can win a national championship and probably his final year at Alabama. So he's going to try and be playing his best for the rest of the year, right? And I think the defense knows that, right? There's talks, right, about so the team they built around offensively for Bryce Young isn't the best ever, right? Doesn't even compare to the 2020 national championship for Alabama. Wide receivers aren't that good, running backs okay, all that type of stuff. So basically, what I'm thinking the LSU team needs to do here, right, is say, hey, Bryce Young, Heisman winner Bryce Young, play hero ball. We're gonna cover you guys. We're gonna keep you in the pocket to make sure you don't rush. That's an important thing for the LSU defense. Make sure he can't rush, and you gotta play hero ball. And let's just see what happens, right? And I may be entirely wrong on what the defensive plan for LSU is, but if I'm LSU, I look at the Texas game, and with that Texas game, yes, they did score points. I will say that, but it very much was Bryce Young beat us, right? And that's what LSU has to do. Just say Bryce Young beat us, right? The playmakers aren't going to beat us. You yourself have to do this, right? You yourself have to go into Death Valley and beat the LSU Tigers to continue your road to the SEC championship. And then special teams, right? I think both are somewhat an issue. Well, when it comes to LSU, let me actually, I haven't had very much a good time to talk about LSU, right? Special teams, right? But I'll say this, right? Punter and kicker, great for LSU, right? Kick returner, punt returner aren't so good, right? I need a decent game from you guys, right? And also, try and get Alabama into some kicking situations defense. That's the other thing, right? I think if Alabama needs a kick, this may be a problem here. Let's see, how long are we going on this video? 7 minutes, alright. Let's go to keys of victory, right? I think this is very simple. It's basically my saying, keys of victory every week, right? But I think a bit different. Execution needs to be perfect, right? Perfect execution here for, just this. What I'm telling you, Alabama is the better team than LSU. I will admit that as an LSU fan that Alabama will be the better team this year. But anyway, play good, play perfect, all that type of stuff. Play smart, no flags, nothing to get Alabama in a groove in which offensive penalties bring them down the field to score. Or defensively, making sure don't get Alabama defensively in the groove, meaning, no holdings, all that type of stuff, right, from the LSU offense. And also, what else is there? Oh yeah, playmakers involved for LSU. If it really is true, what everyone's saying that the wide receivers for LSU are better than the cornerbacks for Alabama, prove that to me. Playmakers, do you think? And there's probably some other things that are gonna pop up here as I edit this, right? That I'm not talking about, but pretty much I'll agree with anything I say, cause I will personally believe it, because this very much is a very simple, easy game for LSU when you see it on paper, right? Just play good, play the way you've been playing, play like you've been playing against Ole Miss, Florida, all that type of stuff. Maybe a bit tougher because it is Alabama, but hey, you're in Death Valley, night game, rain also, that may neutralize some stuff for both Alabama and LSU, make it the closest game possible. And overall, I just hope for a nice, close game from LSU, right? A win will be great, perfect. It will be the statement that Brian Kelly has been needing for this year, in my opinion. And hey, being Nick Saban your first year in the SEC, yes, that is a statement. But I'm not, banking on it, right? I'm not gonna place a bet. I can't even gamble. Why am I talking about making bets? But all I want from LSU against this Alabama team is you just play the consistent football they've been playing for the last 2 weeks. That's it, right? Maybe even a bit better. Who knows, right? Because it really, this is what LSU, needs to be, a consistent football team before they start thinking of SEC championships and playoffs. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I sure know I did enjoy this video. First time talking LSU Alabama on this channel in the video, so great stuff. But anyway, if you did enjoy this video, like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff. Helps, grow the channel. How many subscribers am I at right now? Let's see, guys. Let's see here. You can probably click out this video if you want to right now. I am at 134 subscribers. If you want to help that number get to, I don't know, 140, then why not subscribe? And once again, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.